Chapter 6 on 13 to 6 and 15. If even the population of the Uchiha clan was restored to normal levels within several years after the internal conflicts, then why is it that the population of the Hyuga clan is declining, despite the fact that there have been no such conflicts in the Hyuga clan? The more Kuroto thought about this situation of the Hyuga clan, the stranger he felt. At the same time, he couldn't help but think of the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon. As far as Kuroto knows, when the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon officially started a coup d'etat, they had already gathered everyone's Byakugan and used them on the giant Tenseigan. So at the time of the final war between the main family and the branch family was able to wipe out the entire main family quite easily with the help of the giant Tenseigan, while remaining unscathed themselves. In other words, during the last stage of the war between the main family and the branch family, the main family was wiped out completely, while the branch family did not lose any of their men thanks to the fact that they used the giant Tenseigan in the war. If this is the case, then a very strange question comes into Kuroto's mind. The branch family of the Otsutsuki clan did not suffer any major damage in the war because of using the giant Tenseigan, and after the demise of the main family, the branch family had no enemies on the moon, so why are there only 3 or 4 people currently alive in the branch family? And why did the rest of the branch family perish? It couldn't have been because of the repeated internal marriages, right? After all, the branch family had at least several thousand clansmen. So a recessive, genetic disorder caused by inbreeding couldn't have been the reason why the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan is on the verge of perishing. And if this isn't the case either, then Kuroto feels that the branch of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon started to perish for seemingly no reason. While pondering over this issue, Kuroto suddenly thought of a hypothetical possibility. The Otsutsuki clan on the moon created the giant Tenseigan and started the system of gathering and merging the Byakugan of the deceased ones into the giant Tenseigan after Hamura passed away. And after the main family was annihilated, the branch family continued that tradition. So, it won't be wrong to say that over the years, the giant Tenseigan has continued to get stronger and stronger, and all the chakra of the deceased Otsutsuki clansmen has continued to become part of the giant Tenseigan. However, we know that for any period, the total amount of chakra energy seems to be fixed. After all, energy can neither be created nor can it be destroyed. It can only be transformed from one form to another. Law of conservation of energy, basic physics. So, when more and more chakra became part of the giant Tenseigan, free chakra continued to decrease, and because of the decrease in the free chakra, the number of newly born individuals also decreased with each year. And if this is the case, then the main reason why the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon perished is very likely the giant Tenseigan. The presence of the giant Tenseigan on the moon is a suppression of the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan. And as that treasure continued to become strong with each passing year, the population of the Otsutsuki continued to decrease with each passing year. Although this is just a hypothetical possibility, it is very likely to be true. And if this is indeed true, then Kuroto couldn't help but make another bold guess. If this is indeed the case, then doesn't it mean that Otsutsuki Toneri, who was born even under the suppression of the giant Tenseigan, should also have the aptitude to naturally awaken the Tenseigan? It's possible, but only if the giant Tenseigan on the moon has reached its strongest state and can no longer become strong any further by relying on the chakra of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon. Given Toneri's high aptitude and unparalleled natural talent, it's very like to be true. Regardless, after hypothesizing the possible cause of the demise of the Otsutsuki clan, Kuroto returned his thoughts to the Hyuga clan. Quite like the Otsutsuki clan on the moon, the population of the Hyuga clan is also decreasing with each passing year. Although the rate of decline is not as serious and exaggerated as was with the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon that the entire clan perished, The records of the past 300 years on the genealogy clearly shows that it is indeed happening. Thinking so, Kuroto reopened the records of the bizarre and mysterious deaths of hundreds of Hyuga shinobi that happened about 3 centuries ago. The cause of those hundreds of deaths is not written in the documents of the Hyuga clan, but the deaths have not been hidden. This could lead to 3 possibilities. 1. The Hyuga clan itself didn't know the cause of the death of those hundreds of clansmen. 2nd, the cause was probably written, but was lost over the years. And lastly, the cause was known to very few people, and they chose not to describe it here for some reason. Kuroto feels that the 3rd reason is very likely to be the case. And using that line of thought, he started to postulate the possible reasons why it was kept secret. What could be the cause of the death of hundreds of Hyuga shinobi that even its records would be hidden? Given the arrogant and proud nature of the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon, and given that they were fully aware of the fact that a large number of Byakugan can be used to create a giant Tenseigan, their first choice shouldn't have been to dig out the Byakugan of their own clansmen. Their first choice would be to not harm their own clansmen, but to find other ways to merge the Byakugan into the giant Tenseigan to strengthen it. And the Hyuga clan that lived in the shinobi world was obviously a very good target. After all, the Hyuga clan also has the Byakugan. Moreover, considering that the goal of the branch division of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon was to destroy the entire shinobi world to fulfill Hamura's decree, they will have no hesitation in digging out the Byakugan of the Hyuga clan. If the timeline of the shinobi world is considered, then the time around which the civil war of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon happened, and the time when hundreds of deaths in the Hyuga happened, seems to match quite well. Those hundreds of mysterious and bizarre deaths and the time of the coup d'etat of the branch family most likely happened around the same time. That is about 3 centuries ago. This means that the 2 incidents had some connection with each other. But Kuroto also remembers that the giant Tenseigan on the moon is made up of the Byakugan of the branch family and the main family of the Otsutsuki clan, not from the Byakugan of the Hyuga clan, which means, although the branch family might have had the intentions of stealing the Byakugan of the Hyuga clansmen, they probably failed to do so. However, considering that the strength of the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan is naturally stronger compared to the Hyuga clansmen, the cause of their failure is a matter to ponder about. And this takes us back to reason 3. The main reason why the cause of the mysterious and bizarre deaths of hundreds of Hyuga clansmen is not mentioned is that it is probably intentionally hidden from the later generation. But using his foreknowledge from his previous life, Kuroto was able to draw out several possibilities. And one of them seemed perfectly reasonable and matches the situation before him. Because a very similar case happened on the moon when the elders of the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan concealed the existence of the graves of the main family of the Otsutsuki clan from the young Toneri. Their reason for doing so was probably to hide the sins of the branch family. And a similar situation is in play here, where the Hyuga clan is also trying to cover up their sins, while not hiding the danger that the Otsutsuki clan poses to the Hyuga clan. This is why the cause of death of hundreds of Hyuga shinobi is hidden, yet their deaths have not been hidden. The most probable cause of the death of the hundreds of Hyuga shinobi is the Hyuga clan itself. And the elders of the Hyuga clan probably didn't want the later generation to know why so many people of the Hyuga clan died. Of course, the reason hundreds of Hyuga clansmen died, or rather killed, was probably to protect the Hyuga clan from the branch division of the Otsutsuki clan. It is very likely that they died to create a weapon of the sort that gave the Hyuga clan confidence to protect itself against the branch division of the Otsutsuki clan and stop the branch division of the Otsutsuki clan from approaching the Hyuga clan with ill intentions of stealing their Byakugan. Knowing some extent of the history of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon, and using all his hypotheses, Kuroto can most certainly conclude that the original intentions of the Hyuga clan behind the development of the birdcage Juinjutsu were to prevent the members of the branch division of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon to plunder the Byakugan of the Hyuga clansmen in the shinobi world. However, there is an issue Kuroto is facing in this conclusion of his, and that is the time lag problem, which cannot be ignored no matter how he thinks about it. Based on his own research of the birdcage Juinjutsu, Kuroto knows that this is a very high-end cursed seal. During his tenure in the Anbu, Kuroto has read several secret files and found that, including Konoha, many other shinobi villages have made countless attempts to crack that cursed seal, but without exception, they have always failed, which means no one has ever come close to cracking it. Because of all these reasons, Cage Bird Juinjutsu is considered as one of the best Juinjutsu in the shinobi world. A Juinjutsu that is considered the strongest can never be created in a hurry. It is simply impossible for the Hyuga clan to develop such a high-end Juinjutsu in a short time. At the very least, it would take more than a decade to develop even the simplest version of birdcage Juinjutsu. This fact brings us to the question of concern. If the branch division of the Otsutsuki clan on Da, the moon regarded the Hyuga clan as its target to acquire all the Byakugan, then how did the Hyuga clan survive for that period of more than a decade, which took them to create the birdcage Juinjutsu? This is the biggest question. Under normal circumstances, after the Hyuga clan becomes aware of the intentions of the branch division of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon, at most, they will only have 1 or 2 weeks of buffer time in which they will have to do everything to protect themselves. In the face of such a sudden crisis, normally no one, not even the Hyuga clan, would have enough time and resources to develop such a high-end Juinjutsu to protect themselves. Even if they chose to decisively abandon their territories and hide somewhere in the shinobi world, at most they can delay for a few weeks or a few months. Not any longer than that, after all. Hiding a population of several thousand for a very long time is not an easy feat. So, it wouldn't work. And even if we do assume that because of some mysterious reason the people of the Hyuga clan manages to hide, they will not be able to develop the cage bird Juinjutsu at that time, because they will be on constant run and wouldn't have enough resources in their hands. After all, the development of a high-end cursed seal like the cage bird is not only time-consuming and laborious, it also requires a lot of financial support. If the Hyuga clan is on constant run from the Otsutsuki clan and is barely getting by, then they wouldn't be able to devote enough energy to the development of the cage bird cursed Juinjutsu. But the fact is, the Hyuga clan did develop it, which means the Hyuga clan did not hide from the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan. Rather, they chose some alternative method to ensure their safety during that buffer time. But what could that alternative method be? What could it be that not only gave the Hyuga clan enough confidence to resist the branch division of the Otsutsuki clan, but also provided them with enough buffer time that they were able to develop the cage bird Juinjutsu? This is another doubt that comes into Kuroto's mind. And Kuroto didn't have to wait very long, as he soon found his answer. The answer to this question has been present right in front of him from the very start. The mysterious deaths of the hundreds of Hyuga clansmen are the answer. Although this is just a bold guess, if you think about it, it does make sense. Like how diamond cuts diamond and poison kill poison, only by using the same inhuman methods as the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon, the Hyuga clan could have protected itself. The hundreds of mysterious deaths were not deaths. Rather, they were sacrifices. Sacrifices that the Hyuga clan used to create a weapon that gave the Hyuga clan its confidence and warded off the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon to make sure that they don't direct their ill intentions on the Hyuga clan. The weapon that Kuroto is thinking about and the Hyuga clan most likely created is a giant Tenseigan. The reason Kuroto is so sure is that only by having a giant Tenseigan can the Hyuga clan have enough power to deter the radical lunatics of the branch division of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon and dispel their ill intentions towards the Hyuga clan. By having a giant Tenseigan of their own, the people of the Hyuga clan will have the means to protect themselves, and it would also give them the Buffer time needed to create the cage bird Junjutsu, which will permanently protect the Hyuga clan not only against the Otsutsuki clan on the moon, but also against other shinobi clans who might develop ill intentions towards the Hyuga clan in the future. And this also makes sense why the cause of the death of those hundreds of Hyuga clansmen is never mentioned in the history of the Hyuga clan. Even if those hundreds of clansmen were sacrificed for the sake of protecting the Hyuga clan, it is undoubtedly a part of the Hyuga clan's dark history. Nobody would want to tell the future generation about such cruel means that they used. Even if Kuroto thinks about it, he feels that such an act is too outrageous, but he can't complain about it. After all, he is not a good person either, and he too has done many outrageous things for the sake of his project godhood. Anyway, after making such a bold assumption, Kuroto recollected his thoughts and considered several other questions that were coming into his mind. For example, how did the Hyuga clan have the idea of creating a giant Tenseigan? How did they create it? And where is that giant Tenseigan now? For the answer to the first two questions, Kuroto feels that it's not too hard to figure out, but he is not sure if his guess is correct. As far as Kuroto can guess, the Hyuga clan should have created the giant Tenseigan with the help of the people of the main family of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon, because other than the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan, only the main family should know how such a weapon can be created. The main family must have helped the Hyuga clan. And it is also possible that in the annihilation of the main family, all the people of the main family did not die. Some, maybe one or perhaps two members of the main family of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon managed to survive, and they secretly took refuge in the Hyuga clan, and the people of the current Hyuga clan are their descendants. This also explains why Hyuga Hinata was called the Byakugan princess by the dead clansmen of the main family of the Otsutsuki clan. But of course, this is just a guess, and Kuroto can't be sure about it. Anyway, now on to the third question. Where is that giant Tenseigan now? With a little doubtful expression, Kuroto further went through the scrolls and books stored in the library, and much to his dismay, he found no record or mention of the giant Tenseigan in any of them. In fact, there were no mentions of anything that would even come close to being a clue to Tenseigan. Such an odd situation made Kuroto somewhat confused, and he felt that something was wrong. For a moment, he couldn't help but wonder, did I guess wrong? Is it possible that the giant Tenseigan does not exist? Assuming that the giant Tenseigan does exist in the Hyuga clan, it should be present somewhere, right? But there are no clues about it. Nor are there any rumors about its existence in the shinobi world. Is it possible that the Hyuga clan destroyed the giant Tenseigan after they succeeded in creating the cage bird Junjutsu? It is possible. After all, the existence of the giant Tenseigan is a symbol of the Hyuga clan's sin. But if it is destroyed, then another question pops up. If the giant Tenseigan is indeed destroyed, then what is the cause of the decline of the population of the Hyuga clan? What is it that is suppressing the population of the Hyuga clan? If Kuroto's hypothesis up to now is correct, then it is very likely that the giant Tenseigan, created by the Hyuga clan, for the sake of ensuring their safety against the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon, is the cause of the decline of the population of the Hyuga clan. Which means it is very likely that the giant Tenseigan has not been destroyed by the Hyuga clan. You know, the giant Tenseigan, if it exists, is definitely a trump card of the Hyuga clan. Why would they want to destroy it? Or is it possible that they didn't destroy the giant Tenseigan, but destroyed all the information about it? But again, the very same question comes to mind. Why would they destroy the information about it? As said before, the giant Tenseigan, if it existed, was the trump card of the Hyuga clan. Even if the giant Tenseigan is the Representation of the sins of the Hyuga clan. The sins that have been committed cannot be reverted just by destroying the giant Tenseigan or the information about it. Yet there is no information about it in the secret library of the Hyuga clan. Something is amiss here. Any sane person wouldn't destroy the giant Tenseigan or the information about it unless they have a reason. And the only reason that Kuroto can think of is that the person who did either of the two things probably realized that, the giant Tenseigan will suppress the future of the Hyuga clan. Kuroto couldn't really determine whether the Hyuga clan had such a wise ancestor who could resist the temptations of the power that the giant Tenseigan provided and was calm enough to accurately weigh the pros and cons of the giant Tenseigan. If you think about it, even if the branch division of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon is crazy, filled with radicals and arrogant, they shouldn't be totally stupid and idiots, and as such, they should also be perfectly aware of the pros and cons of the giant Tenseigan. Obviously, they must have observed the negative effects of the giant Tenseigan on their clan and should know the way to save themselves. But the fact is, in the face of the temptation of infinite power that the giant Tenseigan grants them, they couldn't resist it and continued to merge more and more Byakugan into it, gradually leading their clan to the edge of perishing. And in such a scenario, if the ancestors of the Hyuga clan can really make such a sensible decision, then Kuroto couldn't help but praise them. But of course, various signs clearly show that the giant Tenseigan of the Hyuga clan is not destroyed, which means that the ancestors of the Hyuga clan did not destroy it. And this further means that it is hidden somewhere. And if it isn't destroyed and hidden somewhere in the shinobi world, then that explains a lot of things. But at the same time, it raises another question. If it is just hidden in the shinobi world, then why can't Kuroto sense its existence? You know, the current Kuroto can even sense the existence of the giant Tenseigan on the moon, so he should definitely be able to sense the existence of the giant Tenseigan on the shinobi world. But he can't. This can only mean that the current state of the giant Tenseigan in the shinobi world is quite peculiar, and that's why sensing its existence is sort of impossible even for him. This peculiar state could either be a natural cause, or it could be intentionally done to prevent anyone, especially the remnants of the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon, to perceive its existence. Regardless of what the reason is, the only explanation that works here is that it is sealed. Sealed with an extremely strong fuinjutsu that prevents everyone, including Kuroto, and the remnants of the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon, to find its position. As for why is it hidden? Probably to prevent the ambitious descendants to get their hands on it. After all, if an ambitious person were to get his hands on the giant Tenseigan, he would very likely follow the same approach as the branch family of the Otsutsuki clan on the moon. He would plunder everyone's Byakugan and merge them into the giant Tenseigan. This would mean the demise of the Hyuga clan. In order to prevent such a thing from happening, they must have sealed it and then hidden it, somewhere in the shinobi world. But at the same time, Kuroto believes that they must have left behind some kind of clue to make sure that if the Hyuga clan really needs it in the future, then they can find it. Now what Kuroto has to do is to find that clue. If he is able to find it, then he might be able to get his hands on the giant Tenseigan of the Hyuga clan. After converging his divergent thoughts, Kuroto sorted out the clues he had up to now. According to his speculations, if the ancestors of the Hyuga clan really created a giant Tenseigan and hid that giant Tenseigan to keep its existence a secret from the rest of the shinobi world, the books in the Forbidden Library must have some clues about it. And based on the timeline, the clues about the giant Tenseigan are likely to be hidden in the books that were written during the period 3 centuries ago to a century ago. This fact eliminates most of the books and scrolls stored in the library and narrows down the scope of the search to a few hundred books and scrolls from the initial thousands. With this thought in mind, Kuroto came to the bookshelves storing the source material of that particular time period and after making sure that no one was spying on him, he activated his Tenseigan without any hesitation. The reason for using the Tenseigan while carrying out the search for clues is that Kuroto isn't particularly aware in what form the clue about the giant Tenseigan might have been left by the ancestors of the Hyuga clan. It's possible that only those who have extremely high insight and penetrative vision might be able to find it. Of course, it's not necessarily true, and there's no guarantee that he will find it just because he has activated the Tenseigan in the first place. There is also no guarantee that the clue even exists, but there's nothing wrong with trying, and using the Tenseigan while carrying out his search will at least guarantee that if there is a clue left by the ancestors of the Hyuga clan for their descendants of the later generations, informing them of the whereabouts of the giant Tenseigan, Kuroto won't miss it. With such a thought in his mind, Kuroto started to thoroughly search the books with the hope that he might be able to find something. But as time passed, the sound of pages flipping continued to echo in the silent room, and the book in his hand continued to change, yet there were no signs of progress. Gradually, Kuroto's eyebrows started to wrinkle, and his expression turned into a frowned one. The reason was not that he hasn't yet found anything. The reason was that several books and scrolls of this particular period were missing. Kuroto found that the Chronicles of Hyuga clan gave a detailed description of the events from 3 centuries ago to 2 centuries ago, supposedly. More than 11 books were written. However, strangely enough, only 3 were present in the library, while the rest were missing. And not only those more than 8 volumes, but several other travel notes and miscellaneous scrolls recording the details of the battle that the Hyuga clan fought were also missing. It's quite weird. Why are so many books of the same section and of that particular time period missing? Ding, 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 ding. Before Kuroto could continue to ponder over this issue, the bell of the library rang. After listening to the sound of the bell, Kuroto deactivated his Tenseigan and put back all the books in their original places. The bell was rung by the member of the main family who was guarding this library, and the reason why he rang the bell is that he is urging Kuroto to come out as the duration for which he can access the forbidden library is already up. The secret library is considered forbidden and can only be accessed by the high-level management of the Hyuga clan. As such, even if Kuroto had the permission of the patriarch of the clan, Kuroto, being part of the branch family, cannot stay here for too long at once. With a helpless sigh, Kuroto walked out of the library and then met up with the Hyuga patriarch. Hiyashi, who was sitting leisurely, looked at Kuroto's coming back from the library and asked, "Were there any gains? Did you find something worthy of attention?" Kuroto pondered for a moment, then decided to question Hiyashi. "Hiyashi-sama, when I was looking through the genealogy of our clan, I noticed that the population of our clan seems to be declining every year. Is there any reason in particular why such a thing is happening?" Hiyashi frowned slightly, then answered with a thoughtful expression, "Back when I was young, I noticed that detail too. And as far as I could think, wars were the culprit behind the decline in our population. Countless shinobi have perished in wars. Many clans have been destroyed over the years because of wars. We too, because of our Byakugan, are considered a high-level threat by the enemy shinobi and are targeted. So," looking at Hayashi's expression, Kuroto can guess that the Hyuga patriarch was not lying. And this is what Hayashi genuinely thinks. It seems that even if the main family is aware of the declining population of the Hyuga clan, they don't know the real reason behind it. So, all they can blame is war, which, if you think about, is indeed one of the reasons Senju clan perished. Uzumaki clan was annihilated and scattered all over the shinobi world. The Kaguya clan incited a civil war and was annihilated. If such major shinobi clans suffered destruction and disappeared, then the declining population of the Hyuga clan is not that strange either. The main family is aware of this problem, but they couldn't do anything about it, which is reasonable. From another perspective, this can also confirm that the current members of the main family of the Hyuga clan are not aware of the existence of the giant Tenseigan, which means that the giant Tenseigan of the Hyuga clan is really hidden from the entire clan. As Kuroto was thinking, Hiyashi looked at Kuroto and said with a playful smile, "One of the reasons why the population of our clan is decreasing is that young people like you are focused too much on other matters and are avoiding family planning." Hearing Hiyashi's words, Kuroto paused. Hiyashi continued, "Whether it is you or Yui, both of you are of proper age. The two of you also have a settled life. You are now the principal of the Ninja Academy, and she is also working at the Konoha Hospital as an Iryo Nin under Tsunade-sama. It's about time the two of you should consider marriage and family planning. Making her wait for too long is also not a very good thing." Kuroto scratched his cheek awkwardly. This isn't the first time he has heard others' advice, but it's just that Kuroto didn't know what to say for a while. And noting Kuroto's silence, Hiyashi said, "Of course, I am just advising you from the perspective of your elder and patriarch of the Hyuga clan. Ultimately, it's your decision." Kuroto nodded lightly. He knew that the two of them are of that age, and he is making Yui wait for a while now. But Kuroto is hesitating. He really doesn't feel that he is ready for marriage and children at this point in time. At least not yet, considering that the situation of the shinobi world is too complicated. And there is no guarantee when Akatsuki will make a plan to attack Konoha or declare war over the entire shinobi world. With that, Kuroto turned the topic off, and the two became silent. Kuroto was considering how should he mention the fact that several books are missing in the library. But strangely enough, Kuroto didn't even have to mention, as Hiyashi suddenly spoke on his own accord. Sigh. When the Forbidden Library was breached and Elder Asahi was killed, several books and scrolls were stolen. That was already a loss for the clan. But this time, when the village was attacked by the Akatsuki organization and we were fending off the members of the Akatsuki organization, the clan district along with the entire village was also destroyed and several books and scrolls were damaged and lost. It's really unfortunate." Kuroto's eyebrows wrinkled upon hearing this information, and his heart shuddered. He is aware of the incident when the library was breached by someone. Elder Asahi was murdered, his Byakugan was dug out by the culprit, and several books and scrolls were also stolen. This incident happened sometime before the Tri-Alliance attacked raided Omegakure, the former base of the Akatsuki organization. At that time, Kuroto didn't pay too much attention to it because he knew that the person who did that was more than likely the traitor of the Hyuga clan who is lurking within the clan. But the part where several books were lost during the Akatsuki organization's attack on the village, this part was news to him. And for some reason, Kuroto felt that rather than lost, it would be more accurate to say that they were stolen again. Moreover, this time those genealogies were taken away, as if the traitor specifically wanted them. Is it possible that the traitor found something important in those books that he stole previously? Such a doubt lingered in Kuroto's mind. The traitor has been lurking within the clan for quite a few years now. Even the kidnapping incident of Hinata was something he is responsible for. Kuroto can't guess that person's exact thought process, but from what he knows, the traitor stole several scrolls that were related to the history of the Byakugan and the birdcage Juinjutsu, which means that the traitor's objective was to find a way to crack the birdcage Juinjutsu, according to Kuroto. It's possible that he found something important in those scrolls and then wanted to acquire more information to do further research, but to do so, he needed more source material and information, which he can't access without the permission of the Patriarch. So, he took advantage of the opportunity that the destruction of the village provided and fulfilled his objective. The way he only took a few specific books and scrolls and did not touch any other treasures that are normally present in the library clearly indicates that he has a clear purpose. This is why Kuroto feels that that guy is on to something. After analyzing these few things, Kuroto couldn't help but sigh. To be honest, Kuroto is not that worried in regards to the traitor. Even if that guy has managed to gain some information and clues of the giant Tenseigan from the books and scrolls that he stole, and even if that guy manages to search and find the location of the giant Tenseigan from those clues, it is actually not a bad thing for Kuroto. In fact, Kuroto will actually be very grateful to that guy. The reason is that just because that person manages to find the giant Tenseigan wouldn't mean that he would have the highest authority over it. The highest authority over the giant Tenseigan will be of the person who has the purest Hyuga bloodline and the purest Byakugan. This is the way how the giant Tenseigan works. In terms of bloodline purity and Byakugan purity, Kuroto can claim that he is at the top in the entire Hyuga clan. And as such, Kuroto will have the highest authority over the giant Tenseigan of the Hyuga clan. In this regard, even the patriarch of the Hyuga clan, or the Byakugan princess, cannot compete against Kuroto. So, if that traitor finds the position of the giant Tenseigan and removes the Fuinjutsu placed on it, then Kuroto will be able to sense it immediately because of the pair of Tenseigan in his eyes. And if he is able to sense it, then taking control over it, thanks to his Tenseigan pair, will become a piece of cake.